Alright, we have a couple more things to do to our sheet format and drawing template. We're going to try to pass on the drawing template. I don't think it needs to be saved because it's really saving this information to the sheet format. So I've got a logo, and when we go into the canvas, see that this is 1031. Well, it's also a pretty good size file. Still showing at about 20 kilobytes, so not too much for the PNG. So maybe we'll bring that down to 200 and preserve the aspect ratio. And then somewhere in here I should be able to hit Control C. I do want to come back to the sheet format, and we'll do a Control V. And doesn't look like it came across, so need to find out. I see the paste, and it's not letting me copy it. So the pixels should stay the same. Try one more time with the Control C. Alright, so that's interesting. It kind of pixelated it. Notice it's still pretty good size, so it would have to be a little bit smaller. Main thing is that I don't have a huge I'll try not to move that around too much. I don't have a huge file that every time I add another sheet is going to get continuously bigger on the file size, because the PNG is a couple of like a meg or so. Alright, so if I was to place that, still finding the other one. Alright, so it's going to take a little bit, and probably didn't need to make it quite that small. But if I get it to where it will cover up my text, then if something happens to the logo, we will still have the text in the background. Alright, so that looks like it is center justified. We will update that one. Open up a little bit more room there. Those all look pretty good. Alright, so we can do a save sheet format. Still have the landscape. Yes, I'm going to replace it, and then we want to make sure to close it. And I don't think I need to save. Alright, so the test is to do the template one more time, and it did not stay with the sheet format. So I'm going to work on that logo a little bit more and see if I can get it to clean up. Alright, so if I edit the sheet format, so I guess I should have hit save that one extra time. Alright, so we'll just kind of self-center that, or change it from center to the left. And then outside of the sheet format, save sheet format. So it seems like we're saving sheet format an awful lot, but I want to make sure, just like that last go around, that it has all the current information in it. And then it's asking to just save the drawing. Well, I don't really need the drawing. So we'll go one more time, and then we'll be ready to update. Nope, still didn't catch it. So in that case, maybe there is something tied to the drawing template that I need, because I've always been saving the drawing template, and that was kind of my experiment, was is there going to be any issue with it. So and then we'll do the file, save as, drawing templates, give it the overwrite, close it so we don't keep anything in there. And should have picked a better indicator that it was working, but now we have the left justification on the part number. All right, so that all is working out. So I want to update. If I go back into, so it's going to go back to the same templates. I saved my cube there as the sample piece, but notice it's not showing up in the template. And then somewhere, see, you got to remember where I put. All right, so the external drive, the parts, and then we're going to open up the drawing. All right, so this has the previous format in it, so we are going to go to the properties. I'm going to scroll down to find my landscape, apply the changes, and then if we need to rebuild. So no part number was applied to this one, so if I open this part back up, I'm just right-clicking in the view area, telling it to open the part. I'm back to the custom properties. This is going to be figure, I'll do all caps, and I think this one was 655. Okay. And then the part name was the safety key. Put it in there. So we hadn't added material yet. And revision A. This picked up a previous, so this is probably pointed to the 2017 because I have the number in there. Material, well, we're just going to stay with the plain carbon steel. Yes, save it. And oh yeah, that one is mass in pounds and of 2.25. So this is a different template that are custom properties that I created. Main thing is once I populate that, it is going to transfer the information. Problem is going to be everything in here is configuration specific, where the other one's going to have a little conflict. So maybe we'll use this as an example of what happens when we have competing custom properties. Alright, but the names all stayed the same, and when we come back to save this, so part name, drawing name, and all of that information, plain carbon steel, raw none, comes across, mass. Alright, so we've kind of proven that out, and that will give us a good start to keep those items in check. So let's go back to the other drawing, and if we need to, one of the things we'll want to check is under the more properties that this did picked up that one. So interesting that as file locations didn't get saved. So let's just do a quick double check. File locations, and we're looking for those custom property files. No, that's the location, and it should let me have it. How about the F5? Interesting. Alright, so let's go to properties. Maybe because that one is not current. Let's see, select sheets to modify. We're going to do all of them and apply the changes. And then the block came across. Alright, so I still have something going on in the block. Pretty much need to would need to edit the sheet format and then explode the block, and then I should be able to do a mate block within that document. If not, I'm just going to have to explode it and leave it. Alright, because I can't have it barking at me every time. Alright, so this one, let's see if our properties came up. Still not picking it out. If I go to create now, let's see if we can just open up that template. I'm not sure why it's not reading it, but if we save it, close it, nope. Alright, so still going to have to look into that one. We got most of it. One more pass to make a correction. Okay, now that I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, I did it before and now I haven't created a drawing custom properties. So when I come over here, now I have something that is usable. So this was figure 6.60. And the revision drawn by, drawn date is today. Material, we'll set the finish. Alright, so you can see the difference between the two custom properties. And we'll have to go back to the safety key and pick, see what it picks up. Alright, so I save that. We can close it. And then when I rebuild, we should see those items come across. Everything but the part number, material, no. Try Control Q. Alright, so not cooperating with this one. And the custom properties is still being tied to that. Alright, so this should have been in the sheet format. Pick another one. Today, finish, we'll leave raw, apply it, and then I just need to make sure that it went to the file properties. So drawn by, drawn date, configuration specific, yeah, all in there. Alright, I did a Control Q on the keyboard, which forces it to completely rebuild. So other than my naming, oh yeah, that's the drawing name, 656 through 60, and then the figure and the part. So each one of those comes up a little bit different. Let's see if sheet 5, okay, so that updated. So I was doing the what would be a Control B, Control Q forces the complete rebuild. Alright, so we got most of our information working correctly. If it's a little bit longer, we have some room. Also, if I find out that I don't need that much and I want to add additional information, I can build that in. Alright, so still part of the process of debug, observe what's going on with the insertion of the parts, making sure the properties are coming across and verifying things as we go.